Okay, so now it's Beijing time, 8 o'clock at night. So welcome. So it's my honor to share my lecture, today's cultural lecture to you. So first, please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Ruan Luna, and I'm from Beijing University of Chemical Technology. So welcome you again. So I really want to interact or communicate with you. If you have any ideas or any questions, you can type in our chat box. So now we can start our lecture. So I think all of you already know today's topic is about the Chinese traditional architecture and tourism. So first, here, I want to show you these 10 pictures. So these architecture are from all over the world. So could you recognize which pictures building is from China? It's Chinese style. So I think very easily to recognize is number 4, right? I will use this. Number 4, because it's from, I think most of you know, from the Forbidden City, the Imperial Palace. And this one also from Beijing. It belonged to civilian residents. And number 2, it's a private garden or classic garden in South China. And also number 9, Huizhou dwelling. So this kind of residence, civilian residence, are also located in South China. So from this picture, I think it's not difficult for you to pick out the pictures belong to the building of Chinese style. So we can say, so architecture is an important symbol of a human civilization. China's traditional architecture reflects an aspect of the features of Chinese culture. So today, I want to share you with 2 chapters. The first chapter is about the imperial architecture, and the second chapter is about the military defense. So first, the imperial architecture. So you know the emperor of ancient China was known as the Son of Heaven. So in the Chinese language, Son of Heaven is 天子, the Son of Heaven. And he has superpower in the kingdom. So the ultimate power and control held by the emperor was symbolized by architectural buildings such as what? I already showed you these 3 pictures. So their supreme power show from the architecture. And the architectures belong to the emperor could be divided into these 3 categories. The first is, imperial palace. And the second belong to temples, imperial temples and altars. And the third one, maybe you thought maybe it's, looks like a garden. No, it's not imperial garden. It's imperial mausoleums, tombs. So imperial palaces are one of the most important types of buildings in ancient China. Imperial palaces were an embodiment of feudal thinking and represented the excellence of traditional Chinese architecture in many ways. So today the main topic of the architecture show the emperor power is the imperial palace. So here comes today's first question. So you know the earliest known palace in China can be traced back to the early period of the Shang dynasty. So Shang dynasty about more than 3,000 years ago. So do you know which was the earliest palace located? Located in which province? So this is today's question, because today's lecture will be guided many different questions. So here I will show you the answer. It was located in Henan province. So I think Henan province, I think some of you have ever heard of this province. So here, I already show you the China map. So Henan province just located in the center of China. And if you know some Chinese language, you will know Nan means south. And how about He? He means river. So which river do you think is the most important for the Chinese people? Yes, the Yellow River. So Henan province, the name shows the location of this province, south to the Yellow River. So we know the name of the Henan show you the location of this province, this place. So Henan is the most populous province in China by residency. And Henan is often called Zhongyuan, literally Central Plain or Midland. From just the China map, you will find Henan is located in center of China. And we can also call Henan as the cradle of Chinese civilization. So the first literate dynasty of China, the Shang dynasty, was centered in Henan. So northern Henan here, along the Yellow River, was the core area of ancient China for at least the first half Chinese history. And the two cities, Luoyang City and Kaifeng City, each served as the capital city of a long list of dynasties. And also here, another city here, Anyang. I don't know whether you have heard this name, Anyang. Now there is a Chinese character museum in Anyang, because the earliest Chinese character was found in this city. So these three cities, Anyang, Luoyang, Kaifeng, were ancient capital city of China. So next question. So the best preserved imperial palace in China is located where? Of course, you can answer, right? The best preserved and the most famous imperial palace is located in Beijing. You know, Beijing is our capital city, modern capital city of China. So today we will talk about the Beijing's imperial palace. You know, the name is Gugong. Chinese name, we can say it's Gugong, or the English name is the Forbidden City. So the imperial palace of Beijing City is the world's largest and most complete cluster of buildings with ancient wooden timber structures today, built by the Emperor Yongle of Ming Dynasty in 1406 and completed in 1420. A total of 24 emperors ascended the throne in this palace. So, you know who built the imperial palace? It was the third emperor of Ming Dynasty. And how old is the Forbidden City now? You can count. Started from completed in 1420. So this year, 2024. Yes, so the age of the Forbidden City is over 600 years. And there lived 24 emperors. So 14 were from Ming Dynasty and 10 from Qing Dynasty. So here comes next question. What's the Chinese name of the Forbidden City? So just now I mentioned, we call the Forbidden City as Gugong, but Gugong it's not the original Chinese name of the Forbidden City. Gugong means Gu means old, Gong means palace. So this name just means this palace is an old palace. So I think the original name couldn't be this, right? Emperor Yongle couldn't call this palace as old palace. So how about the original name of the Forbidden City in the Chinese language? So here I show you the answer. It's 紫禁城. Sorry, the pinyin is here. 紫禁城. So here I also show you the English translation of these three characters. So 紫, it's a kind of color. It's purple. And 禁 means forbidden. 城, it's a city. So the palace, because the size of the palace is so huge, so it looks like a complete city. So the question is why we called it as Purple Forbidden City. If the English translation, well, according to exactly the Chinese, we have to translate it as Purple Forbidden City. So do you know why in this name we have this kind of color? Because I think most of you already visit, or some of you have visited the Forbidden City, or have seen some pictures from website. You know the main color of the Forbidden City is not purple. In the Forbidden City, you will find the red wall and yellow tiles, right? So it's hard for you to find any purple color in the Forbidden City. But the name with purple, of course, has a reason. So this reason is about the culture reason. So here I will show you the answer. So in ancient Chinese astronomers divided the sky into three cities, namely Ziwei City, Taiwei City, and Tianshi City. Among them, Ziwei City is located in the center and is the residence of the Emperor of Heaven in the eyes of the ancients. So here, these in the center, in the sky, Ziwei City was located in center of heaven, and the Emperor of Heaven lived here. So just now I told you that the ancient emperor thought they were the son of heaven, right? So the Emperor of Heaven's palace name is Ziwei. So as a son, he also wanted to copy the heaven father's name as their palace name. So that's why they copied 子 from the Emperor of Heaven's palace. So it means their power is not from himself, right? The power of the ancient emperor was from the heaven, from the God. So this is the reason why we called as purple Forbidden City. So I have explained the first character of the Chinese name of the Forbidden City. So second, 禁, right? 禁 means forbidden. So why it's called the Forbidden City? Forbidden what? So I think in the world, no other palace was called Forbidden City, normally called a Grand City. So why? Forbidden what? What kind of things were forbidden? Okay, so I will show you the answer. First, forbidden what? So it was forbidden for the commoners to enter the compound on pain of death. So before, as a commoner, we were not allowed to enter the imperial palace. So, but now we know it's an unforbidden city, right? The Forbidden City welcome all the visitors from all over the world. So now you know the first forbidden, all commoners were forbidden to enter the compound of the imperial palace. Second forbidden, it was forbidden for any building in Beijing to be constructed higher than the buildings in the Forbidden City. So the other buildings outside of the imperial palace must be lower than the main building of the imperial palace. So if your house is much higher than the main building in the Forbidden City, it means you want to kill the emperor. You want to be the emperor. So no, it's forbidden. So the third is about the colors. So the yellow color of the tiled roofs could not be used by commoners. So in the Forbidden City, you will find almost all the buildings are covered with golden tiles. But for our residents, for commoners, our houses had to be covered just by black tiles. So now you already understand, right? The real meaning of 紫禁城. So 紫 is from the heaven. The emperor's palace, the name is 紫薇. So the emperor on the earth, on China, so copied the 紫 from the heaven. So 禁, we also know, forbid 3 types of things. First is for forbid commoners. Second, forbid the other buildings higher than the main building in imperial palace. Third is about the color, the yellow color, not the red color. Red color could be used for everyone. So the yellow color. So before, if we lived in ancient China, we couldn't wear a yellow costume. And our tiles, the roof tiles, couldn't use the yellow tiles were forbidden. But here I show you 3 pictures. So now very easy for you to recognize which picture is from the Forbidden City. Yes, the second picture, right? Because the second picture you find red wall and yellow tiles. So the first picture is from temple. And the third picture for commoners, civilian residents. So this question is about a very special building in the Forbidden City. So just now we already know almost all the buildings in the Forbidden City with red wall and covered with yellow tiles. But there is an exception. This building, you will find the pillars are painted in green, and the tiles, I will show you the tiles. The tiles are black. So not covered by yellow tiles, but covered by black tiles. So could you guess what's function of this building? So why there is a so different building in the Imperial Palace? So I will tell you the answer. This is a royal library. Royal library. So the Chinese name is 文渊阁. So an exception to imperial yellow tiling was for the library, where the tiles were black to symbolize water and capable to suppressing fire. So maybe you will raise a question, why black color could symbolize water? What's the origin of this theory? So I have tell you this ancient philosophy or ancient thinking. So the name is 五行. So it's a very ancient thinking. I think it's the basic of Chinese ancient philosophy. So 五行, English name means 5 elements. So in ancient China, the ancient philosophers thought all the universe were made up of 5 elements. So the first is wood, 木. Second is 火, it's fire. And the third one is 土, it's earth. And next is 金, the fourth one is 金, it means metal. And the last one is 水, it's water. So they thought, the ancient philosophers thought, all the universe, the whole universe was made up of these 5 basic elements. So these 5 elements, I think you can see it, you can touch it, and very important in our daily life, right? And among these 5 elements, we can say there are 2 types of relationships. One type of relationship is to promote. Like wood. Wood will promote fire. Fire will promote earth. Earth will promote metal. Metal will promote water, and water will promote wood. And the other relationship is restrict. So restrict here, water restrict fire. Fire restrict metal. And metal restrict wood. Wood restrict earth. Earth restrict water. So 2 types of relationships among these five elements. So water will restrict fire, right? So and also these 5 elements with relationship can connect it to 5 colors. So the water's color is black and fire's color is red. So in the library, I think you couldn't find any red color, just the black and green. So the tires cover the building. The tires are black. So black symbolize water in the 五行 theory. So they just use this cultural meaning with the good wishes for the royal library. Without any fire could attack the library. And the black tiles could protect all the books in the royal library. So you will find the color in the imperial palace in the Forbidden City with many meanings. So how to find the royal library? I will show you this map of the Forbidden City. So here is the main gate, 午门. It's the main gate or only one gate entrance for visitors. The only entrance for our visitors. Enter this main gate, and you will come to this very big square in front of 太和殿. So you get through 太和门 and come to this square. So not visit the largest and tallest hall directly. Before visiting the biggest hall, please turn right. Turn right, you will find the Royal Library. And you can find the exhibition of yellow tiles. This building is covered by black tiles. And after talking about the Royal Library in the Forbidden City, now we can have a bird view of the Forbidden City. So the Imperial Palace was built right in the center of Beijing City, following the importance of central position as the seat of supreme power in accordance with traditional Chinese thinking. So you will find this is a part of Beijing map. So here is the Forbidden City. And if you have ever lived in Beijing, you will know Beijing's transportation, the road is very special. So we have ring road. So we start from the second ring road, the third ring road, the fourth ring road, the fifth ring road. Until now, there are the 5. So we have the 5th ring roads. But maybe you will ask, where is the first ring road? So in the map, you just could find the second, start from second ring road. We don't have the first ring road. Exactly, the first ring road is the city wall of the Forbidden City. And so here, just to show you, this is the Forbidden City, and this is the second ring road. And my university is located in the 3rd ring road, so it's outside of the map. And also from the bird view, you will find one feature of the Forbidden City is symmetry. So symmetry, the left part, the right part almost the same. So we can find that there is an axis, the south-north axis in the Forbidden City. And exactly, in fact, this axis, not only in the Forbidden City, also in our Beijing city, there is an axis. So the ancient axis started from south to north. So the starting point of Beijing city's axis is from the Gate of Eternal Stability, from Yongdingmen. So go north, we will come to the front gate, Qianmen, and then Tiananmen, go north, and Wumen is the main gate of the Forbidden City. And then Dianmen, and then come to the end of the Beijing city's axis. 钟楼 and 鼓楼, drum and bell towers. So if we say this axis like the music, we can say the gate of eternal stability to the front gate. This is actually like the beginning of the music. And from the front gate to the Prospect Hill. So it's like the peak of the music. And this part until to the drum and bell towers like the conclusion of a music. And now you will find the axis extend. The axis is extended. So go north, north, north. Where will you get to? Here. Do you know these two buildings? So this one is our national stadium. And the nickname is 鸟巢 bird's nest, right? Because it looks like a bird's nest. And this one is water cube, 水立方. Inside there are some swimming pools. So these two stadiums were built for 2008 Olympics. You know, the 2008 Olympics was held in Beijing. So when the government want to decide which location will be the best site for the stadium, so they thought extend the axis, come to this place will be the perfect place for the stadiums. So now if you start from the Forbidden City, keep walking to north, you will come to the Olympic parks. And here I also want to show you a short video. This video is from the opening ceremony, before the opening ceremony of 2008 Olympic Games. So at that time, we have the fireworks. So you know the fireworks was very common in the opening ceremony. But in 2008 Olympic Games, the fireworks was the shape was the footsteps. So like a giant walk from the Forbidden City, step by step, according to the axis of Beijing city, go north, and the giant walked to the national park, to the national stadium. So it looks like just the man walk from ancient Beijing, because you know the Forbidden City is the center of ancient Beijing, to our modern Beijing. So here I want to show you this video from the opening ceremony.
Welcome back to Beijing, the opening ceremony of the 2008 Summer Games. You're looking now at the...
Okay, so I think you have watched this video. You know the footsteps start from the ancient area to the modern area, right? So now we can go back to the Forbidden City. From the National Stadium, go back to the Forbidden City. So in the Imperial Palace occupies a space area of 720,000 square meters, and it's made of more than how many rooms? How many rooms? So it consists of the outer court and the inner court. So here, this part, the north part, we can say it's the south part, sorry. The south part is the outer court. And the north part is the inner court. So altogether, there are more than 9,000 rooms. So maybe from some statistics, say 9,371 rooms. But you don't need to remember the exact number. You just know more than 9,000 rooms in the Forbidden City. And the Forbidden City could be divided into two parts, the outer court and the inner court. Oh, yes, moving. You see, yeah. There is also a legend that there are 9,999 and half rooms, 9,999间半. So it's a legend. Why we say this number? Not means 9 is the lucky number. So 9, 9 is the largest number of single numbers, right? And 9, this number can also show the superpower of the emperor. So they love this number 9. So why they don't have the 10,000 rooms, but 9.5 rooms? Because this number could show their respect to the heaven emperor. So they thought only heaven emperor could have 10,000 rooms. And as a song, just 9,999间半. But it's just a story, exactly not 9,999. But it's over 9,000. So this court, so the south court is the working area, right? The working area for emperors and the official members, the governors. And this court for the royal families. So the living, this part is the living part of emperor's family. So now please follow me. We will visit the Forbidden City. So, this is the main gate of the Forbidden City. So you will find there are 5 pavilions guarding the main entrance to the compound. So we know this gate we call this as 午门, but also this gate has a nickname as 5 Phoenix Gate, because there are 5 pavilions. Looks like 5 phoenix. So very beautiful name of the nickname of this gate. So it was the site of official imperial announcements of the Chinese calendar, the inspections of troops by the emperor, and the execution or pardon of prisoners at his behest. So the emperor will stand here. So here comes next question. You will find there are 3 doors, right? 3 doors or 3 gates of this building, of this main building. So the central gate here, only one central gate. The central gate for 午门 is only for 3 kinds of people. And who are they? So very easy to get the answer. The first type must be the emperor. So the emperor, of course, he can walk through the main gate. And the second type of people, yes, the wife of the emperor. We can see the empress. But the empress couldn't walk, right? Should be in sedan. So exactly, the empress, I think maybe only one time could enter through the compound, just on the wedding ceremony. Because after they get married, almost in her whole life, he had to live in the Forbidden City. So these two types of people, it's not difficult for you to guess, to get the answer. One is emperor, second is the empress, the wife of emperor. So how about the third type? So who are they? So before I have asked many students, so there are different answers. Oh, the son of emperor, the daughter of emperor, or the guard of emperor, the governor. No. These are not a correct answer. So the correct answer, the third type of people, were the top 3 scholars of the imperial exam. So yes, very good, Mubin. So correct answer, scholars. So every 3 years there was an imperial exam. So this exam was held in the Forbidden City. The emperor would host the imperial exam, and he will announce the top 3 of the imperial exam. And these top 3 scholars had the privilege when they go out, they could through the central gate. So from this, I think you can easily to get that how the emperors attach importance to scholars, to education, right? Because they thought the top 3, the scholars, would help him to build the country better. Okay, so we enter Wumen. Maybe now we can enter through the central gate when it's open to every visitors. So we can enter through the central gate, and we can see the largest and tallest building. The first building's name is 太和殿. So the Hall of Supreme Harmony is 太和殿. So the middle one is the smallest one. The name is 中和殿, Hall of Central Harmony. And the third one is 保和殿, Hall of Preserving Harmony. So have a look in the 太和殿. So the 太和 Hall is the tallest and largest of the building for the most important imperial banquets and ceremonies, such as ascendance to the throne, the first day of the new year, the winter solstice, and the emperor's birthday. Prior to Qianlong period, it was also where the imperial exams were held and the results announced. So just now I mentioned the imperial exam, right? The top 3 scholars had the privilege to go through the central gate. So the imperial exam before Qianlong period is Qing dynasty. Qianlong belonged to Qing dynasty. Before this emperor, so the imperial exams were held in the largest and the tallest building, 太和殿. And now you will find many dragon elements in 太和殿, you will find a raised golden lacquered throne, a 9-dragon screen, dragon-decorated pillars. Because you know in the Chinese culture, dragon symbolize the power of emperor. So go north, the smallest hall. So further north is the smallest hall called 中和殿, 中和 Hall. So where the emperor made his private preparations in donning his regalia before proceeding to 太和 Hall. So this was also where the emperor inspected the grain for annual planting, communicated with his entire family, and receiving foreign dignitaries. So go north. Beyond the 中和 Hall is the 保和殿, 保和 Hall. So for smaller banquets, you know the biggest banquets would be held in 太和殿. So the smaller banquets were held in 保和殿. And the ceremonies and imperial exams during and after the Qianlong period. So before Qianlong period, the exams were held in 太和殿. And after Qianlong period, so the exam moved north, moved this hall, to 保和殿. So talking about the working area. So the south court, the outer court belong to working area. Now we can enter the living area of emperors. So here, 前清门. If you go through 前清门, it means now you are in the house, the family. You can meet royal family here. So this working area. So the officers, governors. So here, royal families. So the layout of the inner court exactly the same as the outer court. So you will find in the axis, there are 3 halls, right? The first hall is the biggest one, the largest, the tallest. And the middle one, the smallest. And the third one just a little taller and smaller than the first hall. So the first hall is 前清宫. So we can call this is the bedroom for the emperor. And 坤宁宫, the smaller one, we can say this was the bedroom for the wife of the emperor. And in Qing dynasty, in Qian Qinggong, I think 3 or 4 emperors held their wedding ceremonies here in this hall. And beyond Kunninggong, beyond this hall, you will come to a royal garden, the imperial garden, 御花园. So after visiting 御花园, it means the visiting of the imperial palace come to an end. So this is a picture from imperial garden. So the imperial flower garden with rocks, pond, bamboo, flowers, fir and cypress trees, and pavilions is located at the north end of the compound behind Kunning Palace. So landscape during the Ming Dynasty, it covers 7,000 square meters. So every Double Nine festival, Chongyang-jie, in autumn, the imperial family would ascend the Yujing Pavilion. It's the tallest point of the imperial garden. So to view and have a relax. So now we will talk about the color. So we have visit. We have finished the visiting of the compound from Wumen to the imperial garden. So what's the color? What's the color of the Forbidden City? So very easy to answer. Two main colors, right? The first color is yellow, the second is red. So we can say yellow was the symbol of imperial power in ancient China. It's also forbidden, right? Forbidden for our commoners to use yellow. And the red has always been the symbol of happiness. So, on Spring Festival, we Chinese people prefer to wear red clothes to show our happiness and to show the luck. And the beams under the eave were usually painted with pictures in cool colors. Yellow color, red colors, the two main colors belong to, yes, Atta. Yes, very good answer. Thanks for your communicate with me. Yeah. And, the outside, we will find many warm colors. But if you enter the palace, enter the hall, you will find the green and blue and white colors. They belong to cool colors, right? So it means the colors in the imperial palace also keep balanced. And also the square, the stones in the square and the terrace. So it's entirely paved with gray bricks. We can say gray or white. So you will find all colors in the imperial palace was totally imbalanced. So now we can raise your head to the roof of the halls. So you will find many small animals. They are standing on the roof. So we can say the zoomorphic ornaments on the uptuned roof corners were not only intended to add to the mysterious air of the palace, but also had a practical purpose in fastening the roof and keeping water out. So these animals not only has the cultural meaning, but also with practical function. They can fasten the roof. But do you know the names or the numbers of the zoomorphic ornaments or the little animals? So how many little animals are standing on the roof? So it's my question. Also, this question, which hall has the most animal ornaments on the roof? So it show you different hall. The number of animals on different hall with different numbers. So which hall with the most numbers? Because the numbers of the ornaments show the hierarchy of this building. So just now I mentioned which hall is the largest and the tallest. Could you still remember? It's the first hall of the outer court, right? 太和殿. So we can count. This picture is from 太和殿. So we can count how many animals? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, there are 10 little animals on the roof. So I can tell you, in China, or we can say in whole world, only one building with 10 animals on the roof. The other buildings, the number is less than 10. So not in the Forbidden City, in all China, no other building with animals more than 10. So 太和殿, we can say it's a very, very special building. So this is from picture from 太和殿. You will find every roof, each roof with 10 animals. And these pictures are from the other buildings. So here you can count 5. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this is 9. Yes, 5, 7, 9. Very good answer, Atta. So it means usually the numbers of the little animals is odd number. From Qing dynasty, always odd numbers. So if low hierarchy, maybe only one animal or 3 animals. So the highest 9 animals. So 太和殿 is very special, right? 10 animals with even number, but the others odd number. So this man, like the guide, it's not belong to the ornaments of animal on the roof. So this man, like the guide of the animal group. So it's hard for you to remember, also even for Chinese people to remember all the names of the 10 animals. But you just need to know the first one. The first animal is dragon, the second is phoenix, and the third is lion. So these small animals also are auspicious animals, right? And this one also on the roof, the name is Chiwen. So it has the dragon head and the fish tail. So also has some cultural meaning. It means this animal, if you see the tail of a fish, it means, it's covered by water, right? So you know what the ancient Chinese architecture was made of wood. So wood is very easily to get burned by fire. So we also hope that this kind of auspicious design could protect the building without a fire attack. So next, we will talk about the different types of the roof. So from the numbers of small animals on the roof, we can know the hierarchy of the building. Also, depend on the types of the roof, we can also know the hierarchy of the building. So this is the highest hierarchy, top 1. So top 1 is 五殿顶. So it's hip roof. So if it's double-eaved hip roof, of course, the highest. So 太和殿, you will find 太和殿 is covered this kind of roof. So this kind of roof you can find with 5 sides of tiles. So like a very big hat, right? So this kind of covers, this kind of tiles roof could protect the building. So the highest hierarchy is double-eaved hip roof. So second hierarchy is 歇山顶. So English name is gable and hip roof. So you will find the building is not covered by 4 sides of tiles. So here, these 2 sides, just with 2 triangles. So maybe we can say 2.5 sides tiles covered the building. So the Chinese name is 歇山顶. So it's belong to the second hierarchy. So the first and the third hierarchy usually for imperial palaces and temples. So next, roofs, the style of roofs for civilian residences. So the number 3, the third, we can see the third hierarchy. The name is 悬山顶, suspension roof. So only 2 sides of tiles, right? And the roof, yes, outside of the wall. So this is suspension roof. So the lowest, we can see the lowest hierarchy is a saddle roof. So the roof and the wall are connected like this. So the Chinese name is 映山顶. So now I think next time when you see the ancient Chinese building, you will know the hierarchy of this building, depend on the number of the ornaments on the roof and the types of roof. So the last one is 船尖顶. It's a pointed roof, but the pointed roof not for palaces or for commoners' houses, just for the temples or the pavilions. So not for living. This kind of building. So here, 4 pictures. So which picture show you the highest hierarchy? This one, right? This one. Yeah. It's 五殿顶, hip roof. And the second hierarchy is this picture. 歇山顶. Here you will find a triangle here. So the third one is suspension roof. 悬山顶. And the lowest hierarchy is the first picture. 映山顶. Okay. So I think next time when you visit the building, you not just visit the wall, the window, so you can observe the roof of the building. Yeah, here I show you the answer. So here, miss one picture, doesn't matter. So if you go to the Forbidden City now, you can buy some ice lolly. So the ice lolly's shape from what? So now you know, from the little animal on the roof. So we will find a different flavor of the ice lolly. Chocolate flavor, lemon flavor, green tea flavor. And also outside the Forbidden City, if you get exit from Shenwumen, turn left, you will find a cafe. So Corner Tower Cafe. So you will find the directions inside and the cups, very traditional style. And in the souvenir shop, you can find some lipsticks. So outside the lipsticks with traditional painting and many cute cats, because until now, there are many wild cats still lived in the imperial palace. So the designers copied from the cat, designed this kind of like some toys. So cute toys you can buy there. And now we can have a quick review. So the earliest known palace was located in which province? Yes, in Henan province. So we can say, if you want to know the history of more than 3,000 years ago about China, you can visit Henan province. And the second question is about what's the meaning of the Chinese name of the forbidden city, 紫禁城. So 紫, purple, is from the heaven, right? And 禁, forbid, three types of stuff. The commoner, the height, and the color, right? So 城 means the city because the size of the imperial palace was very huge. And the third one is what's the function of the zoomorphic ornaments on the uptuned roof corner. So we know with practical function to fasten the roof, and of course with some meaning, cultural meaning, to add the auspicious or the mysterious air of the palace. And also we can find the hierarchy of the building according to the ornaments, the number of zoomorphic ornaments on the roof. Okay, so we have completed introducing the forbidden city. Now we will come to the second part, the imperial temples. So we have to talk about the imperial temples. We have to talk about the Temple of Heaven. So the Temple of Heaven was established in 1420 during the reign of Ming Emperor Yongle. So I think you are familiar with this name, right? And familiar with this year, 1420. So it's from the same emperor, from the same age, same year. So we can say the Temple of Heaven also, the age is over 600. So the temple was originally established as the Temple of Heaven and Earth. Now we call this 天坛, just the Temple of Heaven. But originally, this temple for heaven and earth. But it was given its current name during the reign of Ming Emperor Jiajing. So who built separate complexes for the earth, the sun, and the moon. So here you will find in south, it's the Temple of Heaven, north, the Temple of Earth, east, the Temple of Sun, and the west, Temple of Moon. So these four temples still preserved in Beijing, but the most famous and well-preserved temple is the Temple of Heaven. So the architecture and layout of the Temple of Heaven is based on elaborate symbolism and numerology. The buildings in Temple of Heaven are round, like the sky, while the foundation and axis of the complex are rectilinear, like the earth, because ancient philosophers thought the sky was round and the earth was square. So the original function of Temple of Heaven was to provide a place for the emperors of Ming and Qing dynasties to pray for rain and a good harvest. So here is my question. How many times did the emperor come to the Temple of Heaven to pray for per year? So the answer is twice. So every year, emperor will go to the Temple of Heaven to pray twice. So the first pray, the time is the 15th of the first month of Chinese lunar calendar. And the right place is in Qi Nian Dian. Qi Nian Hall, the hall of annual prayer here. And pray for rain and good harvest. Second pray, so move to south. So on midwinter, the time is on midwinter day, usually on December 22nd. So the final right place is in Huanqiu. It's the circular mound altar. So pray for what? To worship God by offering sacrifice. So the first pray just for good harvest, and the second pray just pray for heaven. and show sacrifice to heaven. So now we will talk about the first prayer. The first prayer, the location is 祈年殿. So the height of 祈年殿 is 38 meters high and more than 32 in diameters. So you will find a 3-tile marble stone base. And the shape is circular. The circular building, just now I mentioned, the round symbolifies heaven. And the tiles are blue, not yellow, right? Because blue symbolizes sky, because it's a temple of heaven. So that's why the roof are covered with blue tiles. And here we can have a quick view of the different tiles of the roof. So the first is blue tile. So the blue tile symbolizes heaven. And the yellow tile, you already know in the Forbidden City, right? Symbolizes the power from emperor. And how about green tile? So green tile, it means the princess. Because green, like the spring color, right? Roll up. So the prince will grow up as the emperor. So their houses are covered by green tiles. But in the Forbidden City, if you find a building with green tiles, it belonged to prince. But in the Temple of Heaven, this palace, maybe we couldn't say palace, this building also are covered by green tiles, but this is not for prince, for emperor himself. Why? He not live in a building covered by yellow tiles, because he wanted to show respect to his heaven father, right? To the heaven emperor. So he thought he was the son of heaven. So he lived in the building covered by green tiles in the Temple of Heaven. So the last one, it's for our commoners, covered by black tiles. So now you know different colors of the tiles show different meaning. So now we can enter the 祈年殿. So enter this hall, you will find, wow, so many pillars. So these pillars, we can find there are 3 circulars. So first layer with 4 pillars. So these 4 means 4 seasons. And the second layer with 12 pillars. So these 12 pillars means 12 months. And the third layer also with 12 pillars. So these 12 means 12 2 hour. Why 2 hour? Now we know per day, every day, we have 24 hours, right? But in ancient China, we make 2 hours as 1 unit. So we call one day, we have 12 hours. And if we plus the 12 to 12, we can get 24. So 24 means solar terms. So do you know solar terms? So today is 谷语. We know today is a very special day. It's International Chinese Language Day, right? So why we set the day? We set the Chinese Language Day today, because today also belong to 24 solar terms. It's grand rain. So that's why maybe you will find rainy days, right? And the 24 solar terms are very important for Chinese people's daily life, because the Chinese society are agriculture society. So the seasons change is very important for farmers. So ancient Chinese people observed the nature and divided the whole year into 24 sections. And also, I will show you a short video about the solar terms, because this is also from the Olympic Games, but it's not from the 2008, from the 2022 Winter Olympic Games. So the Winter Olympic Games at that year was held in Beijing. So the opening ceremony. So I think every opening ceremony we have countdown. So usually count down from 10, right? 10, 9, 8. But that opening ceremony of the Winter Olympic Games in Beijing, countdown start from 24. Why 24? You know the answer, because of the 24 solar terms. Now I will show you this video. So I think the website is not so good, but I just want to show you the countdown start from 24 because of 24 solar terms, right? And if we plus these three layouts together, 4 plus 12 plus 12, we can get 28. So 28 means 28 constellation on the sky. So we can have a review. The 4 means 4 seasons, and the first 12 means 12 months. The second 12 means 12 2-hour, and 12 plus 12, 24 solar terms. 4 plus 12 plus 12, 28 constellations. So you will find every number with its own meaning in the Temple of Heaven. And also we can say that the Great Wall is the symbol of China, and the Temple of Heaven, we can say the logo, so the symbol of Beijing. So these days, I think the Beijing International Film Festival, these days, and you will find the logo, many temple, different colors of Temple of Heaven. And this is the student card of the primary students, middle school students of Beijing. You also will find the logo of Temple of Heaven. So Temple of Heaven is very important for Beijingers. We can say this is the logo, the symbol of Beijing. So now we will move to south. So it's Huanqiu, the second place for prayer. So it's 3-tile white stone terrace and enclosed by 2 walls. So in the center, you will find a rock. So the name, we can call it as Taiji Rock. And you can find the 9 stones in the first layer surrounding the Taiji Rock. And the second layer, 18, and the third layer, 27. Altogether, there are 9 layers. So altogether, the 9th layer, I think easily to get the number, right? 81 stones, rocks. So just now, I already mentioned that a 9 with special meaning, right? So 9 shows the superpower of the emperor. So here, every layer, 9, 18, 27, 36, the 9th layer, 81. So now if you go to the Temple of Heaven, I think everyone wants to take a picture to stand on Taiji Rock. So if you stand on the rock and speak aloud, the sound waves reflected by the walls are bounced back to the center. And the voice will echo back again and again. And it's said, if you stand on this rock, you can communicate with the heaven. So that's why now if you want to take a picture, you have to wait in a long queue in the Temple of Heaven. So now we can have a quick review about the symbolism of the Temple of Heaven's architecture. So first is the shape. The shape of the 祈年殿 is circular because circular symbolize heaven. And the foundation is rectangular, but because square and rectangular symbolize earth. And the color. So the tires in the Temple of Heaven are blue because blue symbolize heaven. And the numbers, I think you still remember the pillars, the number of pillars in 祈年殿, right? The first layer 4, second 12, the third 12. And every number has its own special meaning, symbolize different season, hours, constellation, and 24 solar terms, right? So if you go to the Temple of Heaven in the early morning, you will find many old Beijingers do morning exercise there. It's a very lively park because from 1950s, the Temple of Heaven become a public park. So at last, I think we still have some minutes to talk about the military defense. So with wars commonly waged in ancient China, the mechanism for defense and protection such as city walls, trenches, and moats were created out of sheer necessity. So the creation of enclosed cities meant that the most important form of protection were city walls. So here, the picture shows you the relics of Beijing city wall. So because now Beijing city without city wall. So if you want to visit the city wall of China, in which city you can go? Which city still keep the city wall? The answer is Xi'an. So Xi'an is here. Beijing is here. Xi'an. So Xi'an city wall is the most complete city wall that has survived in China, as well being one of the largest ancient defensive systems in the world. The existing city wall is a Ming Dynasty building built on the basis of the imperial city of the Sui and Tang dynasties. So here I show you some statistics of the city wall of Xi'an. So the height is 12 meters and the top width is 12 to 14 meters. The bottom width is 15 to 18 meters, and the whole length is more than 13 kilometers. So Xi'an City Wall, there is a marathon, international marathon in Xi'an City Wall because the city wall is so wide. So Xi'an City Wall International Marathon is the only marathon held on the city wall in China. So if you are fond of marathon, I think you can choose go to Xi'an to attend City Wall Marathon. It must be a very special experience for you. So the other cities, I will list some other cities still preserves the city walls. It's Zhengding in Hebei province, Kaifeng in Henan province, and Jingzhou in Hubei province, Nanjing in Jiangsu province, Dali in Yunnan province, and Zhaoqing in Guangdong province. So now we will talk about the Great Wall. So the Great Wall, we couldn't say it's a city wall, right? It's like our country's wall. So the Great Wall is one of the most amazing architectural feats and also the largest scale project for defense in Chinese history. So it spans a length of more than 20,000 kilometers. So until now, we can say, because so we can say that we discovered different dynasties of Great Wall. So put them all together, now we can say more than 20,000 kilometers. So the Great Wall from west to east, from Jiayu Pass in the western desert to Jiayu River of Liaoning province in east. So we can see cover different provinces and cities. So here. So how old is the Great Wall? So we can say the Great Wall is much older than the Forbidden City and the Temple of Heaven, right? It's more than 2,000 years. So if we talk about the city wall, we have to mention this emperor. So the Forbidden City and the Temple of Heaven, we have to mention Yongle, Emperor Yongle in Ming Dynasty. So if we talk about the Great Wall, we have to mention this emperor, Qin Shi Huang in Qin Dynasty. It was Emperor Qin Shi Huang who was the first ruler to link up all the strata of the wall into one complete wall during the Qin Dynasty. So with the labor of almost 2 million slavers and workers. So why did the Chinese people have to build the Great Wall? Of course, you will answer to protect, right? Yes, to protect ourselves, and also we want to maintain in peace. We want to contribute to the integration of China. So the best known and best preserved section of the Great Wall was built in the 14th through 17th century during the Ming Dynasty, also the same as the Forbidden City. So because too old, the old section of the Great Wall almost was ruined. The best preserved part was built in Ming Dynasty. And these are the statistics of the Great Wall. The height is 6.6 meters. The top width is 5 meters. So the length now we know more than 20,000 kilometers now. So because of the time limit, we just skip some slides and come to the last part. I want to introduce different sections of the Great Wall in Beijing. So the first is Badaling, because it's very famous, the most famous section because of the stone tablet. So the calligraphy is from Chen Mao. The man who has never been to the Great Wall couldn't be called the real hero. So everyone want to be the real hero, right? So they climb to the Badaling Great Wall and take a picture with this famous saying. So second is Sima Tai, has a very beautiful night view. And this is Huanghua, it's water great section. You will have a lake view on the Great Wall. The last one is Mu Tianyu. So it's very good. It's very easy to climb up because with cables, and very fun to go down because it has a slide. So this season, the spring season, I want to recommend this section of Great Wall to you. It's Juyongguan, because from Juyongguan we can see the train go through among the mountains, the hills of blossoms. So we call this train as the train to spring, 开往春天的火车. So today our lecture is over. We have to stop here. So it's my honor to spend this night with you. So I have to say goodbye to you. So I also want you can take the train to spring and appreciate the view of the Great Wall. Thank you. Bye. 好，再见。